Gotta find your way. It's more than one way to do things. It's more than one way to find things. You gotta figure out what works for you. What might work for me might not work for you. You have to realize that. We have to realize that as people. So, like I said, it's more than one way. At the end of the day, the theme of the story is everybody wants to be some type of way of somebody. Let me reframe that. We all want to experience success in some type of way, so you have to find it. When I go home to Rayford, and I'm in Rayford right now, QJ, welcome in. Whenever I go home to Rayford, I take several different ways. And just because I take a certain way, which is usually just straight on Rayford Road, doesn't mean that I can't go on Rockfish, or I can't go through the reservations, or I don't take Skurlock Way, which is Rockfish. Like, it's several ways to get to where I need to go. And you have to find that way. That way might benefit you better than another way. All I'm going to say is you need to figure that out and start. Start. Stop procrastinating. We talk about this all the time. On my lives, we literally talk about this all the time. How we need to have a sense of urgency, how we need to move accordingly so you don't get lost in the sauce, so you don't waste any more time. And I'm really big on this because when I was young, I wasted a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time, and I realize that now. So I'm really playing catch up with all the years that I messed up. And to be totally honest with y'all, to be totally transparent with you, to be totally open with y'all, there's no way I can make up all that time. There's no way. That time is done and over with. But what I can do, I can work extra hard. I can put a little bit more effort in every single day. If that means I have to crash out the next 2 days, and I'm not talking about crash out as far as attitude, I'm talking about as far as sleep. That's what I have to do. If it means I have to cut some people off or not talk on the phone a lot, it's just what I have to do. If that means I have to sacrifice a little bit more than I did the previous day, that's just what I have to do. But if I want to find my way to the goal that I see in my head and I feel in my heart, there's certain things that I have to take. I mean, there's certain things that I have to do, and there's certain measures that I have to take. There's always more than one way. Remember that. It's always more than one way to skin a cat. That's an old saying, but it's always more than one way to get to the. It's always more than one way to get to the destination that you need to get to. All right. Church fit? Nah, this is not a church fit. I just put a vest on that my mama got me a couple of years ago. I had to eat at the table, and my clothes was washing. Alejandro, welcome. Yostin, welcome in. 9. Okay. Nah. I had a polo shirt on with I had some dress pants on. But of course, this is definitely not the church outfit. But yeah, guys, there's more than one way to get to your destination. You just have to figure that way out. You have to figure it out. Because believe it or not, other people, they're figuring out that way. And just because it worked for them doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. Hello. Oh, okay. Yep. 9, 10. Okay. Okay. Yostin. So I'm going to end this live with a story. So it has to do with everything we're talking about. There were two people, and we'll call these two people Josh and John. John was naturally talented, but he didn't really practice every single day. Josh was naturally talented, but he didn't practice every day. John wanted the same talent that Josh had, but he had to learn it. So both of these people are basically in the same lane. They own the same road, but they wanted to get to the destination, and that's to be the best. While Josh was talented, he didn't practice. John had to practice. He had to find a teacher. He had to go to lessons. He had to practice every single night. Josh could just get on the keyboard anytime and the piano anytime and play. He could play so good. There was a competition that was coming up, and both of them signed up for the competition. By this time, it was like a year and a half, 2 years later. Josh, of course, he hasn't been practicing at all. He only practice anytime he see it. If he go to the store, he see a keyboard, he see a piano, he get on there, he do a little practice. If he's at church, they ask, look, can anybody play the keys? Go ahead and come up and help us out. He would do it like that. Meanwhile, Josh, he's practicing every day. He would be practicing for 3 to 4 to 5 hours a day, every single day, without missing. He still was taking piano lessons, but he was just more advanced. When the competition came, John blew Josh out the water. Even though Josh was naturally talented, John put more work in. And he found a better way to the goal line. And the better way to the goal line was just straight practice, straight hard work. Okay? So what I'm trying to tell y'all is it doesn't matter your talent. Yeah, you might have an advantage, but if you're not willing to put the hard work in behind that, you can definitely get left behind, and you'll watch everybody else benefit from a talent that you have because you didn't want to put no work in. Or you can be that person that's benefiting from all the fruits of your labor. But you got to wake up, and you got to wake up fast because time is just going by so quick. So you got to figure out who you rather be. You rather be a Josh or you rather be a John. There's a lot of Joshes out here, naturally talented. They don't really practice like that, and they brag about that. And that's cool if that's something that you really want to do. But if you want to be like John, the best, and practice every single day for hours and hours and hours, sacrifice friends, sacrifice family, and I'm just talking about time, sacrificing that time, maybe you should reconsider what you're doing or who you're hanging around with, because that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. All right? So I want you to think about that. Until next time, make sure you like, share, subscribe so you can stay notified. Remember, it's more than one way to get to your destination. All right? So until next time, I'm out.